Do you know what it means to be a motherless daughter? Did you know you can have mother loss without mother death? Mother loss comes in many forms, and Motherless Daughters Ministry is here to help you navigate through your particular mother loss. While you are unique, you are definitely not alone. We have 20 years worth of pearls of wisdom to help you on your mother loss journey, and we are sharing all of these pearls with you through this very podcast, Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, sponsored lovingly by Motherless Daughters Ministry.
Hello, I'm Gladys Bell, your host, and today we are featuring the work of one of our blog writers who has contributed significantly to our blog library. Julie Thompson is a gifted writer who shared her experience that others might find their way toward healing. Once we become motherless, there is no end to the choices that will need to be made going forward. Finding support can provide what is needed to take the next step in learning to manage grief. Let's hear her story. Happy birthday! As a kid, I remember being so excited to celebrate my birthday each year. I mean, who doesn't love getting gifts, eating too much cake and ice cream, and spending time with people you love? As a kid, if someone asked me, "How old are you?" I would proudly tell them my age. Sometimes I might even correct them. No, I'm not 7, I'm 7.5. Adults, though, don't seem to proudly announce their age, and they rarely brag about their half-birthdays. Why is this? Why is it that when we're kids, we can't wait to be older, but the older we get, the more we think about being young again? Maybe it's because we yearn to go back to the days when things were simpler, the days when our biggest concerns were what to play with next, the days when others took care of us and the world seemed safe, the days when our hearts didn't know what it felt like to be broken, the days when dreaming was encouraged and anything seemed possible. For me, it took losing my mom to gain a new perspective about life. That first year was the hardest, especially the holidays. I had lost loved ones before, but something about this was completely different. I remember feeling like a piece of me was missing and wondering if things would get better. I remember the smallest things would trigger me and stir up emotion. Hearing a certain song on the radio, seeing the color red, my mom's favorite color, or even walking down the card aisle of a store was difficult. I also remember being surprised at how difficult it was to celebrate that first birthday after losing my mom. I didn't feel like celebrating the day I was born when the person who gave birth to me was no longer there. I just wanted to get through the day. Years later, I still miss my mom every day, but the sadness is no longer overwhelming. Laughter, joy, and hope have returned. The Journey class, the book Motherless Daughters by Hope Edelman, and connecting with others who have experienced mother loss have all been instrumental in helping me along this grief journey. It's a journey that I'm still on. Losing my mom taught me that we shouldn't wait for birthdays to celebrate life. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Psalm 139:16 says, quote, "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be," unquote. God knows the number of our days, and that means each day we are alive, He has a purpose for us. Each day we can choose to celebrate the fact that we exist for a reason. It doesn't mean we won't have struggles. It means we can have hope because we know there is a purpose in those struggles. Each day, we can choose to celebrate the fact that we are given more time to connect with those around us, to share our story and become a part of another person's story. Each day, we can choose to celebrate the fact that we have the opportunity to show love to others, to let them know that they are valued and that their lives also matter. Each day, we can choose to celebrate the fact that we have the opportunity to show love to others, to let them know they are valued and that their lives also matter. Celebration is a choice. What will you choose to celebrate? Another birthday is approaching. While my mom will not be there in person, I choose to celebrate the fact that the one who gave me life still has a purpose for mine. After connecting with the Motherless Daughters Ministry, Julie had a desire to reach out to other motherless daughters. She became a facilitator. If you have a few more minutes, listen to her testimony about experiencing this new role. Bravery doesn't always involve risking your life for someone else. Sometimes it is taking a risk for yourself, a risk that could result in experiencing a better life. It's stepping outside your comfort zone. I recently met some incredibly brave women. We only spent a weekend together, but we will forever be connected. Who are these brave women? They are the participants of our first Motherless Daughters Journey Retreat. These women, all different ages and from different backgrounds, chose to spend the weekend with a group of women they never met. Some of them even traveled great distances. They all chose to share their stories and were vulnerable about the heartache that comes with mother loss. Instead of hiding their grief, they honestly expressed it. They trusted their pain with someone else. That is bravery. These women quickly bonded with each other. They not only cried together, but laughed, supported, and encouraged one another. It was incredible to see the healing that took place. It was such an honor and privilege to be one of the facilitators at the Journey Retreat. It's humbling to think that God would allow me to be part of His plan, that He would allow me to walk alongside and support these women. I honestly had doubts and questioned God about facilitating. I questioned my abilities, which ironically was the exact reason I knew I was supposed to facilitate. I couldn't do it on my own, but I needed to rely on God to equip me and help me. A lot of planning went into the retreat, but so did a lot of prayer. Our group of volunteers prayed for these women before we met them. As a facilitator, I prayed that these women would feel loved, supported, and encouraged, and that God would give them peace, comfort, and hope in the midst of their grief. I also prayed for healing. I expected God to answer those prayers, and He did. What I didn't expect was for Him to use these women to do all those things for me. They provided me with love, support, comfort, and encouragement. I felt such peace in their presence, and they gave me hope. God used them to remind me that even though I will have to experience several major life events without my mom, He will put other women in my life to help me through those experiences. It may be hard to face them without my mom, but I won't have to go through them alone. I saw this lived out in the stories of the women at the retreat, and it was such an encouragement to me. Even though all our stories are different, mother loss binds us together. There are certain things that only other motherless daughters understand. It's a group that I never wanted to be a part of, but I'm so thankful for the women I have met along the way. I'm especially thankful for the brave women that I met at the Journey Retreat. We're going to take a short break to tell you about an opportunity, and then we'll come right back to the podcast.
Change your life. The Journey, Healing the Wounds of Mother Loss One Step at a Time, is a residential retreat focusing on mother loss and its effect on your life, how her absence shapes your identity, influences your style of mothering and relationships, how your grief surfaces throughout your lifetime, and how you experience living beyond your mother's final years. This weekend could literally change your life. Are you ready? Learn more at motherlessdaughtersministry.com.
The next Journey Retreat is scheduled for June 6th through the 9th, 2025. Visit us at www.motherlessdaughtersministry.com for more information and to check for the opening of registration. Julie shared the pain of her grief, the difficulty of managing overwhelming sadness, and finding a way to life while missing her mom. She experienced the powerful benefit of a community of sisters who understood and supported her journey. In her blog entitled, "What Loss Taught Me About Life," she shared the pivotal moments in her life when choices had to be made. Healing from the impact of loss is a journey. With every step, choices must be made. Do I go forward, backward, or simply stand still? Do I celebrate her life or sit with my sadness? Do I reach out to another motherless daughter to help her along the way, or do I isolate myself from all those who cannot understand what I am going through? Do I honor her memory or share the pain of my loss? The answer to these questions lies in how you choose to make choices. In order to make a prudent choice, look at all the sides of the concern, all of the options, and possible outcomes. Play the what-if game with yourself. In all honesty, the questions need to start from within. Who am I now that I am motherless? What do I want? What are my goals? What am I going to do now that she is gone? The Bible lets us know that we are loved in John 3:16, that we are His children in 1 John 3:1, that we are worthy in Ephesians 2:10, and that we are purposed in Jeremiah 29:11. That's a great place to start. It's an opportunity to reassess the messages that play in our head. We are still here for a reason. Are some of the choices two sides to the same issue? Let me explain. When deciding between celebrating a life and mourning the loss, healing from the loss involves both sides. There is no detour to healing from grief. In order to grieve, we must go through it. While we acknowledge the pain of grief, we can balance that with the joy and comfort of precious memories. Julie articulated well some approaches to balancing your choices. Make time for the grief as you choose to celebrate your mother's life. Celebrate your worth, purpose, and the opportunities you have to love and connect with those who are here. Thank you, Julie, for lighting the path. We at the Motherless Daughters Ministry pray for you a lighted pathway and want you to remember you are not alone.
Thank you for joining us on today's podcast. If you are in need of more nurturing words and voices of experience, we encourage you to listen to our other episodes, hit subscribe, and come check out our Motherless Daughter resources on our website at motherlessdaughtersministry.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel and in our Facebook community, Motherless Daughters Ministry. We hope you'll come visit us, and we look forward to you joining us again next time. Until then, stay well.